Boom, East Side, all West Coast this night. But then I said, what about the East? I gotta get one East Side rider out of there. Mark my words today that there'll be two competitors from Florida that will be chasing an East Coast championship run for the NBA basketball playoffs. And that is the Orlando Magic and Miami Heat. Tonight, I'm going to start with the Magic, an exciting team, the probably lesser of the two Florida teams, but it has the potential to be greater if they're able to make a move. Let's talk about the X's and O's, and this is the biggest question mark for this team, and one that needs to be answered. They need to find it. Right now, they're a well-defined team as a whole, but I don't know who the leader is. And I'm going to put it on one guy that's constantly improved every year. Aaron Gordon comes in with a big contract just by default of money, what I've seen as an improvement. So I can't talk out two sides of my mouth. I've seen a great improvement. Aaron Gordon leads the chase right now. Aaron Gordon's the guy, okay? He's your leader. He's your go-to scorer. Who is he added on with? The All-Star. Let's not forget. They still got Nikolai Vucevic, who really should be the leader, but man, with the shooting realms that they have in the NBA, I got to give it to Aaron. I want it in his hands more so than Nikola. Nikola's had some great seasons for the Magic, a solid contributor, a solid player, an all-star. So they have a big two here on the Orlando Magic, even though people didn't know it. Now, the greatest impact for me is the development phase for this team. I still don't like this lineup. I still don't like some of the things that they have done. When we talk about defensive help, Mo Bamba's going to have to come in his own. 7'1", he is going to have to really improve himself this year. He got a year in as a rookie, watching, understanding the game. It is now his time to come in and help off of the bench. Maybe one of the most important contributors off of the bench for the Orlando Magic. You heard it here first. Along with him, right, Jonathan Isaac, the Robert Horry role for this team. I don't think he'll ever be an all-star. Somebody asked me to do a review last year. I never got a chance to do it, or was actually too lazy, so that's my fault. I'll get to it. Jonathan Isaac for me is a standard small forward with length. He's improved his three-point shot, but I can never see the athleticism getting to a point where he'll be an all-star. A couple names that come to mind. It's tough for me. He's just a standard, tall, lengthy, small forward that can shoot the three and wreak havoc on the defensive end. So I'm not saying it lightly. That's very important and maybe even more critical than him being all-star. But as far as him being a superstar in this league, I just don't see it. He doesn't have enough balance in his legs. He's not as bouncy as Durant or one of those guys. But he's solid. He's shown improvements. Let's see what happens this year. His three-point shot is going to need to be consistent for them to take it to the next level, and he's actually one of the key factors for them to take it to the next level on the east side. With him, obviously, we're looking at Fultz. Markelle Fultz come in, traded from the Sixers, I think it was traded or waived. Good steal for the Magic. Looks good in the summertime. Can he become the big three? And that's the biggest question that they'll have for this team. Can Markelle Fultz could run into this game, become the third option on this team? He may be coming off the bench, but there's potential there. Obviously, by me slating him in that type of role, tells you I'm confident in his comeback, and I'm going to tell you right to your face, he doesn't need a three-point shot in this league. The way he plays, he can be like Derrick Rose and give you 18, 19 just off 2-pointers and layups and feeding the ball correctly. So he doesn't need a shot. Along with him, you have some solid vets that return, DJ Augustine and Evan Fournier. They're going to have to continue to have the same output they've always had. Mike Carter Jr. plays in a role of guard forward, in my opinion. Can do a lot of different things. Really was a help for them when he came in for them making the playoffs last year. I'm glad that Carter Williams was signed back and has finally found a home where he can showcase his talent. Remember, Carter Williams a couple years ago was Rookie of the Year. People, don't forget, highly touted and was Rookie of the Year for the Sixers. He still has that type of talent. I would like to move him in the starting slot and get Augustine off the bench with Markelle Fultz, but it kind of works out having Augustine start and have Carter Williams and Markelle play with each other. Two guys that were never lived up to their potential and now have the opportunity. Should be great to see. These will be X factors. Now these will be contributing factors. Now you got the problem, right? They added Al-Farouq Aminu, another big who's similar to Jonathan Isaac, and I think they're almost identical players at this stage of their career. Aminu may have a better three-point shot this time, but again, another two long bigs that can guard the big small forwards of the East, and that's the biggest thing that they have is big length on this team. Then you got I'm not sure of Zawandu and Michael Frazier Jr. They keep keeping these guys. Obviously, there's something that they see in the summertime, but you know, I don't know. I just don't know what you get from those guys. Solid players, but to me, I think you can improve in those picks and get somebody else a little bit more talented, a little bit more athletic who can help defensively. Terrence Ross is the anchor on offense, the sixth man of the year. He's another Lewis Williams type. I can't let him go. If he doesn't go, they're really not going to move. He's also another key factor, more so than Jonathan Isaac, in my opinion. Once Gordon and Vujacic are solid in their point percentages and doing what they consistently do, it's going to be up to Terrence Ross to take him to the next level, and he's been doing that for years. He's going to be the anchor from a scoring perspective. But again, he is critical. Watch him at all times. It's Ross's team, in my opinion, from a scoring perspective. Josh Maggette, interesting. Saw him in the summer. Pretty good passer. Love to see what we get out of him. They drafted Chuma Okeke. I didn't like the pick. I thought it was stupid. But maybe he'll prove me wrong when he gets healthy. But I think this was one of the dumbest picks in the draft, especially where they drafted him at. Didn't understand it and still don't understand his lineup. Emil Jefferson, a solid backup power forward. They also have Ken Burch, a solid backup power forward. Obviously, you see where I'm going here. You get Aaron Gordon at the forward power forward slot. But I would like another big. And you know what? Kenneth Faried is out there. And again, I know Ken Burch is there, but Kenneth Faried on this team may work. It may work for this team. Get him in there. And I would like to see another scorer. I don't know who else is out there. This is another team that Carmelo Anthony could easily slot in. If this team was smart, and especially with the East the way it is, they would go ahead and grab Kenneth Faried and Carmelo Anthony if they would come, and this would be a perfect landing spot for those guys because they need them. They don't have a Carmelo Anthony-like scorer on this team. Aaron Gordon is not consistent enough, even though he's gotten better. He's an all-star, but a different kind of all-star. Think of Shawn Marion type, right, in my opinion. They need that go-to scorer. They don't have it. For me, Carmelo Anthony, in certain regards, can play that role. DJ Augustine was that guy this last year. They need another vet. And then Kenneth Faried obviously can perform that grit that they need inside. I would easily drop one of these two guys to get those two and make this team better. Anyway, from what I see here on the Orlando Magic, let's go to the stats real quick. Not really much to see, right? When you talk about rebound perspective, Orlando Magic, where are you at, Orlando? Are you in there? Number 15, right? You need Kenneth Faried. Let's go on to free throw percentages, right? So this is where it's probably going to hurt them. Where they were top 15, so they were okay there. 3-point percentage, they're going to obviously go down, but they got Markelle Fultz. He's not going to be able to shoot the three. I think he'll be good from 19, but they were number 11, so not bad. They add in Aminu and Isaac, so we shall see what happens with those two. Block shots, I expect them to be top rank right here. They need to be top of the game, okay? So let's go down. They should be in the top 10. They are. Number 6 for Orlando Magic, and I think they got a little bit better. You add in Faried. They're going to be a long defensive team that's going to give you trouble with their length. And I think adding, again, Carmelo and Faried to this team makes sense. We shall see what happens with the Magic. Anyhow, nothing else to say in the season preview. All things slated, they should make the playoffs. So let's go ahead and look at the lineups here on the East Coast, East Side. How I have it ranked. Let me do it again. Oh, man, this side sucks so bad. Okay, 76ers, Raptors, 1-2, okay. Bucks, 3, okay. Wow, this side sucks. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. Wow. Boy, they need to change the NBA to just put the best 16 teams make it. Jesus Lord, yeah, they could be top 14. They could be a top 4 team in the East. I'm sorry, I messed up the video, but it is what it is. Pistons get in there, and whew, wow. Miami gets in there, Magic gets in there. then it's it's either Brooklyn or the Celtics. Wow, it's so sad. Maybe even the Knicks. I talked about the Knicks. The Knicks have an opportunity. I'll get with them in a minute, but yeah, interesting moves on the East Coast. It's that bad that the Magic have a chance. I think right now I'm gonna put this in the box for details. Let's get this out there. Get Carmelo and Kenneth Faried. You could win out the East. I mean, they need that. The Magic have the potential to be fighting the Miami Heat. I don't think the Sixers are there. I just don't like the moves that they made. We'll get to them in a minute. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously, Giannis is still there. I think they're the most improved team and the favorites. We'll get into them probably tomorrow. But again, here goes what I see for the Magic. Exciting prospects. Carmelo, Kenneth. Hey, this is your team. Sign off. Peace.